Toronto FC back at it Wednesday night after the international break. Their first trip to Audi Field as they take on DC United. Gareth Wheeler alongside Terry Dunfield. This is your TFC match preview. We'll get to DC United's current form in just a moment, Terry, but the last time these two teams played, it was a bananas game at BMO Field, a 4-4 match where Toronto FC had to dig themselves out of a deep hole. It was just a wild night at BMO.
And we didn't really see that one coming. DC bottom of the league coming into that game in the middle of June. DC had only won 2. TFC had just won away in Philadelphia, and I thought TFC were about to put a run together, and at halftime, TFC were down 3, and they'll put together a huge second half, and it finished 4-4.
Let's hope that more fireworks are in store on Wednesday night, but the side for Toronto FC will be much different. With so many players gone on the international break, other players like Victor Vasquez being shut down, it's a good opportunity to see some young players. Maybe a Liam Fraser in the midfield, a John Baccaro as well, and Jordan Hamilton up front.
Yeah, the 3 players you mentioned have all been doing really well and deserve that opportunity in the USL for Toronto FC too. Jordan Hamilton scored 2 in his last 3 games, and when this opportunity presents itself, he needs to go out and score goals and carry on that form, so I think he's in a good place to do well. Baccaro's a player I like. He plays underneath, a nice profile, he can see a pass, he can run past somebody, and Liam Fraser's quietly had a really good season. Sort of understudy to Michael Bradley. I thought his best almost breakout game this season was against Ottawa in the Canada Cup.
And you know he's going to be up for it. He grew up watching Manchester United, Wayne Rooney on the field the other way. No, it's special when a young player gets to play against a player that was one of his heroes growing up. For Toronto FC, finally very much a full complement of defenders for Greg Vanney to choose from. Drew Moore will be back in the mix in terms of selection. Gregory Vandervelde, the only player missing, he is out through suspension. The midfield will be thin with Delgado and Osorio on international duty. And we'll see about Michael Bradley as the U.S. men's national team will make changes for their upcoming match, and Sebastian Giovinco returning from international duty. So a good mix of youth and experience will be on hand in this Toronto FC team. And for me, Terry, they just need to get back to basics, just defending well, play within themselves and play within their structure.
Yeah, and I think you can go out there and play without any pressure now that the playoffs are beyond TFC. I think as long as they give themselves a platform for these young players to go out and express themselves, I think that's experience. That's where the experience will be important, especially at the back. I think Drew Moore coming in will be huge as well.
I do not like the term playing spoiler, but Toronto FC will have an influence on who will make the playoffs. DC United right now in 6th place, a point better than the Montreal Impact, but DC United still with a game in hand can catch the Columbus Crew, who's right in front of them as well. So a lot at play here for DC United. They haven't lost in their last 7 games. Wayne Rooney has been a revelation since coming into this team. With him starting games for DC United, 9-3-3. It's incredible the influence the 32-year-old has had.
Yeah, the DC are on fire, winning 5 of them. They finally crawl into the playoff spots right now, so confidence is going to be high. And I think they've got a nice little bit of experience there as well. In their last games against Dallas, they didn't score till late on. They were trailing against Chicago in a big game. But they showed a lot of patience, trusted in what they were doing. I think since Wayne Rooney's come to MLS, he's been a breath of fresh air. He's really bought into what Ben Olsen's been doing. And they've got not just Wayne Rooney, players like Acosta that can hurt you as well. Areola missed the last game with personal reasons. I think he's been fantastic, especially in transition. Assad, so this team's very deep.
They are. Bill Hamid also coming back as goalkeeper. His return has been big for this team. Acosta with 16 assists. So let's hope we christen the new joint at Audi Field with the full 3 points. Might as well take them away from DC United. Now set up what should be a future of home losses for DC United.
I like it. It's a nice run of games, and Montreal next, and then the big game against Atlanta, who are chasing that record.
So we'll be watching the stars on the field on Wednesday night, as well as potential stars for the future. It is a 7:30 kickoff from Audi Field. You can watch on TSN.